All right, this week we're going to start solving. So in order to solve, we need common denominators. So I have 6k squared, 3k squared, and k. So my common denominator is going to be 6k squared. So I've got 1 here is fine. In order to get 6k squared, I'm going to times by 2. And I've got this negative 1. In order to get 6k squared, I need a 6 and a k. So I have negative 1 times 6k is negative 6k. So now I just need to worry about the numerator and solve that. So I have 1 equals 2 minus 6k. And I'm going to solve for k. Negative divided by negative is positive. This is my answer so far. The only thing I have to check is when I plug this in, am I going to get a 0 in any of my denominators? So here, if I plug in 1/6, I don't get a 0. Here, if I plug in 1/6, I don't get a 0. And here, if I plug in 1/6, I don't get a 0. So this is my answer. All right. Remember, when we're checking for extraneous solutions, our denominators can't be 0. So I've got v that I'm factoring out, v minus 5. So this one needs the v minus 5. So my common denominator is v minus 5. So here, 1, and it's a positive, times v minus 5 gives me v minus 5. I don't need anything here, so I'm just going to write my numerator, 3v plus 12. And I don't need anything here. So that equals 7v minus 56. Now I'm just going to solve my numerator. So putting together my like terms, I have 4v minus 5 plus 12 gives me a plus 7. Now I need to put my like terms together. So I'm going to subtract 4v and get my v's together. And then add my 56. Now I'm going to divide by 3. Now I'm going to double check. If I plug a 21 in here, do I get 0? No. So 21 squared, and I'm just going to check. I want to make sure. 21 squared minus 5 times 21. And no, that does not give me 0. So I'm good. I just can't divide by 0, so I need to make sure that none of my answers give me a 0. Okay, I've got r minus 2. Let's factor this. I'm going to guess one of them is r minus 2. I need same sign, both negatives. So r minus 5, r minus 2. This one, so my denominator is r minus 5 and r minus 2. So this one needs the r minus 5. This one doesn't need anything. And this one also needs r minus 5. So distributing my 1, I've got r minus 5 plus my 1 here equals, I'm going to distribute 6r minus 30. Now I just need to solve my numerator. So I'm going to put like terms together. I have negative 5 plus 1 gives me r minus 4 equals 6r minus 30. So I'm going to subtract r, get my r's together, and then get my numbers together. Now I have to check. If I plug in 26/5, does that give me 0? No. Does that give me 0? No. I can check by putting it in here. 26/5 minus 5? No. 26/5 minus 2? No. So, my solution works. Alright, let's take a look at these that have a 1. So right now I have a factor of n plus 8 and a factor of n plus 1. So I'm going to need them both. So I have n plus 8 and n plus 1. So this one has n plus 8. It needs n plus 1. 1. If I wrote it as a fraction over 1, it doesn't have any. So it needs n plus 8 and n plus 1. It's a plus 6. It has the n plus 1. It needs the n plus 8. And that is my numerator. Now I'm working just with my numerator. So I've got n plus 5 times n plus 1. And you can go back to your box, remember. And then I've got n plus 8, n plus 1. And then I'm going to distribute. Okay, so I've got this equals this plus this. I'm going to put my like terms together. 9 and 6 is 15, and 8 and 48 is 56. In order to solve, I need it to equal 0. So I'm going to subtract n squared. I'm going to subtract 6n. And I'm going to subtract my 5. So I'm going to do it all in one step. It's time for us to start learning to step it up. That adds to 0. 15 minus 6 is 9. 56 minus 5 is 51. So I'm going to solve for n. I can actually divide these by 3. Now I'm going to go back. My denominator is n plus 8. If I plug in 17/3, does that give me 0? No. Does that give me 0? No. And there's the work. And you can always take a separate picture of your work. Okay, let's go through it again. So this gives me r and r minus 2. Notice these all have the same denominator. This is the only one that's missing. So my denominator is r times r minus 2. R plus 5 is fine. I have a minus r times r minus 2, which is r squared minus 2r equals 1. It should be the quantity. So I've got r plus 5 minus r squared plus 2r equals 1. I'm going to combine like terms and write it in standard. Oh, 2 plus 1 is 3r. Then I've got my plus 5. In order to solve an r squared, it needs to equal 0. We don't ever have a negative r squared, so I'm going to factor out my negative 1. I'm going to divide by that negative 1. Now I'm going to factor. So I've got r equals 4 and r equals negative 1. Now I've got to check. Going back to my denominator. My denominator was r times r minus 2. If I plug in 4, does that give me 0? No. If I plug in negative 1, does that give me 0? No. So both of these solutions work. Okay, we're going to do one more. And this is the last one. So I'm going to take my n squared out, and I've got n plus 5. N plus 5 squared. So my denominator is n squared times n plus 5. This has everything. This has the n plus 5. It needs the n squared. This has the n squared. It needs the n plus 5. So now I'm going to work just with my numerator. Anytime you have a squared, it needs to equal 0. Then I'm going to factor it. So I have n equals 0 is 1. And n equals negative 1/4. Now I check. If I plug 0 up here into my denominator, I have 0 plus 0 right here. If I plug in 0, do I get 0? Yes. This is called an extraneous solution. N cannot equal 0. So my only solution is negative 1/4. So we've been working on finding the extraneous solutions. Be sure that you check that your answers are not extraneous solutions. If they are, then cross them off. All right, go ahead and give them a try.